Okay, got it. Okay, so first and foremost, what I do is I invite the energy into what I like to call like my interview room or my interview space. Initially, when he came into the space, he had on a denim jacket, some jeans, some white Air Force Ones, and I don't know what a BB hat is. I don't know if a BB hat is like Billionaire Boys Club or something like that. Um, and he was kind of like, and I'm not sure what his energy was, but he was either like dancing or crip walking. Was that like a thing he did?
He did dance, yes.
Okay. Um, and then he had a really beautiful smile. Um, and I don't know why I kept getting like this California energy from him. Was he from Portland or was he where's he from?
Portland.
Okay. Um, and then it was kind of like a hey, how you doing? And he kind of hit me with a like, what up, cuz? Is that normally how he talks? Okay. I asked him if he wanted a drink, and he said to pour me up or pour it up. Does that make sense? Okay. You said yes?
Yes.
Okay. Again, I don't know what this West Side energy is. Like I heard the number 7, and then I heard music, like everything like about like how can I describe it? Like death row, what is it called? Like the record label. I kept hearing like all of this music, like all this rap music. Was he into music? You say yes?
Yes, he was.
Okay. Um, so then I asked him what was his relation to you. So I heard two things. So I heard complicated, then I heard possibly, I don't know, cousin or brother, or is this your child?
My son.
Okay. And then I asked him like what was the cause or what exactly happened, and I heard either set up or ambushed. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. Going out. So then I heard what exactly happened, and I heard going out, meeting up. I couldn't even make it. I couldn't even make it to the car. They rolled up on me. Does that make sense?
Kinda. It
Okay.
does.
Okay. Um, so I got in. So was he found?
No, he was with some friends.
Okay. Was he in front of a house?
Yes.
And was he hit in the abdomen?
Close to there.
Okay. So I have him. I have in front of the house, hit in the abdomen, and then I asked him, how did he feel about it? Like, how did he feel about everything that transpired? And he's like, well, it's part of the game. Like, he's like par for the course. And I was like, so this is unusual thing, or is this something that just happens like in the music industry? Like, I was trying to get more information, like what did he mean by that?
Mm-hmm.
And my question to him, or the feeling that I got, was, did he upset someone, or like there was an argument, he kind of stood up for himself or stood up for someone else?
Yeah, it looks he put up for himself actually.
Okay. Yeah, I heard that. um so then his personality wise, was he very animated, like talk with his hands, like when he's describing something or talking?
Yes.
Okay, so that's how he was talking to me. He's really animated when he was speaking. And so then my other question was he um like about 5'5", 5'6"?
No, a little taller.
A little taller than that? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I got that, like, let's be clear, like, I'm not a punk. Like, regardless of my size, I'm not a punk.
He was really thin.
Okay. So I heard that. And so then in the middle of us talking, He pulled out a cigarette. Was he a smoker?
No.
Okay. Noted that. So then I asked him what was like a favorite memory that he had with you guys or something that you all did together. And again, he takes me back to what's that movie called? Poetic Justice, the barbecue, like the family reunion barbecue scene.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're familiar. Yeah. So I don't know if that was his event that you all threw for him or if that was overall a family event, but it was a family gathering at a park with barbecue. Does that make
Yes,
sense?
it does.
Okay. You all had that for him or it was a family reunion?
Our families in, yeah.
Okay. And so then I asked him about different anniversaries, whether that's a birth date, a transition date, or anything like that that is coming up or that he wanted to acknowledge. And I heard the month of May, the month of August, the month of September, and the month of December. Do any of those months resonate with you?
Yeah, he was killed in May and was born in December.
Okay.
So, yes,
So I
he
heard,
does.
I heard the 4th of the month, 11th of the month, 3rd of the month, and then, or the 14th.
The third was his birthday, but in March.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, got it. Um, so then I asked him to put something in my hand. That's normally where I asked him to like just place something in my hand that would make sense to you guys. And I got basketball. And I heard Lakers Clippers. Was he a fan of either?
Lakers,
The Lakers?
uh-huh.
Okay. And then, so are you familiar with the rapper La Russell?
No.
Okay. So there's this independent rapper named La Russell that does a lot of his performances in his own backyard or he does his performances in the community. And I kept hearing like La Russell's music. So I'm wondering, was he independent? Like an independent artist?
Yeah, he was independent, but he did clothing. He designed clothes.
I can barely hear you. He did what again? I'm sorry.
Designed clothes.
Oh, and clothes. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Um, so then I asked him, let's see. So I asked him when was the last time he was near or present? And I heard, I'm always around. What else? He's like, what else am I gonna do? And then he started laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, and so then I asked him, what was the one thing, like something that you wanted to hear or something that would make sense to you? And I heard everything was music related. So it was like that Usher song, like, yeah, the intro to Yeah, like Peace Up, A Town Down. Do you know what I'm talking about? So he started playing that, and I was like, I don't know what Usher does or what the Yeah resonates. I don't know if he used to dance to that a lot, but
Mm-hmm.
he started playing that, and I was like, okay, I'll make note of the Usher song. Um, and so then I asked him, did he like guns? Was he
Didn't
obs-
like them, but had them.
okay? Because I wrote down Glock 1911.
Oh yeah, I would know.
Okay, okay, so I wrote that down. Um, and so then I asked him, uh, like kind of what his home environment looked like or what he remembers. And I got did he have a dog?
No,
No. Do you all have a does somebody have a blue nose pit?
no.
Okay. I wrote down dog and then I wrote down that he has like a lived in like a white house. I can't like a white house with like stucco. And again, it reminds me of like the homes in California.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? Okay. Um and so then I asked him, is he aware of what's happening right now in your life or what's going on in your household? And are you guys having any financial issues? Or have you had financial issues for the last 2-3 months?
No, but a little further back, yes.
Okay. It lasted for 2 or 3 months?
But yeah, pretty
Okay.
much.
Maybe that's what he was telling me. Okay. So then, I'll turn the page. So then I asked him, like, does he have any signs or is there any proof that he's been around? Um, and I wrote down that the door is cracked. Um, I know, close that door. So something about the doors being cracked, and I was like, and what's the purpose? He was like, just to prank or annoy you, or to get on your nerves. Does that make sense? Okay. So I'm not sure if you find doors open. I don't know if they're cabinets or bedroom doors or closet doors or something like that that's open, and you're kind of like, I thought I closed that, or wasn't that closed before I left, or something like that. Okay. So he's doing that to get on your nerves. Um, so then I heard the name James. Does that resonate with you?
No.
Okay. I did hear the name James. And then I heard the name, a D name for him. Does that resonate?
Yeah, two brothers with that, with a name that starts
That's
with
with
a
a
D.
D. One of them Darius?
No.
Okay. I heard a DA. Okay, so no James and no Darius. So then I asked him what lesson did he learn from his this time on earth? And he said to never take anything or anyone for granted. And then he was like, I apologize. And he kind of dropped his head. So I don't know if there was a time prior to his transition that it kind of appeared that he was ungrateful.
No, not not that, but I know that like before I dropped him off, when it was like the last time I seen him, I don't know why I did it, but I like begged him not to go to his friend's house, and I was just trying to convince him to go home.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay. Yeah, so he said I apologize for that, and he kind of dropped his head, and I was like, what is the shame about? Like, what didn't you do? So it could be that not listening. It could be that not listening, but he did say I apologize for that. Um and so then I asked him, is there any like thing that you can do on your end to that would be beneficial for you? And he said that whatever it is that you're looking for or that you're seeking, to put it out there, to say it, to call on it, to call it to you, to demand it. Does that make sense?
yeah.
In your prayers, yeah. So he said, in your prayers, make sure you call it to you, demand that it comes to you, and you'll have it. Okay. And then I asked him, was there anything like he was particular about? And was he really particular about his teeth or his smile?
Yeah.
Okay. So I asked him to put something in my hand, and he put a toothbrush in my hand. And I was like, because he smiled at me when he first came in, and I was like, oh my God, your smile is beautiful. So the toothbrush to me is a symbol that he was really particular about his teeth, and he had a strict regimen on keeping his smile together. So that's what he showed me on that. And so then, how can the sitter strengthen your connection? So I asked him, how can you strengthen the connection and communication or just feeling his presence? And again, he hit me with some more music. He played the intro to that Jodeci Come and Talk to Me. So that Come and Talk to Me, you know that part?
Mm-hmm.
So he played that, and that for me, that says to me, in those moments where, some people think it's weird, but in those moments where you feel like you want to chat with him, you just talk to him as though you're having a regular conversation, and then they'll send us signs or symbols that they heard our questions or they heard our conversation to kind of confirm for you that they heard you. Does that make sense? Okay. So then I asked him, uh, who are your who are your guides? And I heard grandma and sister. So I don't know if that's your sister and his grandma, which is your mother?
Probably, yes.
Okay, so you have a sister and your mom has transitioned?
Oh, no.
He does?
Yes.
Okay, so he has a sister and a grandmother that has passed.
A grandmother.
A grandmother, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so he's saying that is that your mom?
Yes.
Okay, so that he's saying that that is who is your guide, who drops the breadcrumbs for you to guide you on your path. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Um, so then again, he says this cuz I would ask him like, what is something you said often? And I keep getting that cuz, and I was like, are you from the West Side? Like, what is? I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a Portland thing or if it's just a West Coast thing. But he was like, he just kept saying cuz, like, what's up,
Mm-hmm.
cuz, or cuzzo. Does that make sense?
Yeah, probably more so because of.
Okay. Okay.
That's really big with his family.
Okay. Um. So then I asked him about did he want like did he want to be so successful to get like a what is this, like a necklace? Was he big on like one of his goals, like getting like a really nice chain, a really nice necklace?
Yes.
Okay, did he like I feel like he was saying things like, when I get this bag I'm gonna do this, and when I get this money I'm gonna do this, and when I blow up I'm gonna do this. Like he was big on those type of things. Okay.
Yes. We wanted the clothing line to be
Take off.
successful.
Okay, that makes sense. um Did he have a tattoo on his chest? Did he have a tattoo of somebody's face, like on the left side of his chest, like a portrait?
I don't know, actually. I know he had several, but I don't think it was a face.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been names and things.
A name.
But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So he showed me the tattoo on the left side of his chest. And then I asked him like, was there a nickname or something that somebody would call you, or that you would call somebody? And I heard like either a Pootie or a P name, a Putty, Pooh Bear, something like that.
Um, Cougars.
Poop. Okay, I know it's a P. I'm like, there's something. It's a pootie, a poop. Okay, so poopers make sense. Okay, I'm like, there's a P nickname, a poopy, a putty, a poo day. Okay, so poopers is the name. I couldn't make it out. Um, and so then I asked him talking about LED lights, dreaming about time. So there was a conversation. I'm not sure if this was with you or with someone else, but he shared a memory of sitting and talking in a room together, like under like the colorful LED lights, and talking about like dreams and goals. Was that with you, or did he do that with someone else?
With someone else. He did like a lot of interviews regarding his clothing line
Okay.
and how he started, he did one of those.
Okay. Yeah, talked about his dreams and aspirations under these bright LED lights. So okay. Um and so then I asked him um like what was his like favorite thing, like the favorite thing about himself or the favorite thing about who he was. And he said all of my stuff was a hit. Like everything was on point. Everything was a hit. Everything was like good. The clothing line, the music, all of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then I asked him, was there like a something that the family did together? And I heard like water balloon fights or water wars or something like that, or playing with water. Was that something that you all did or had done already?
Yeah, we had done that. I mean, a lot,
Okay.
years back, but yes, we did that a lot.
Okay. So that was another one of his favorite memories. Um, and so then I asked him, was there a unique way to kind of like show love in a sense, or respect? And I heard close, inseparable, and then like a fist bump. Was that his thing?
Probably. the guys.
Okay, with the guys.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then I also have standing shoulder to shoulder, like getting really close.
Probably with his brother.
Okay.
Yeah, probably
Okay.
with his brother.
Okay, got it. So then I asked him, was there any like funny or embarrassing moments, something that, made him laugh, or looking back on it would make him laugh or make you guys laugh? Um, did someone try to teach him how to drive a stick shift or a manual?
Me, just a regular one, not a stick.
Okay.
But I really don't know because they very well could have, and I could have not been around.
So I got
So I don't
parking lot. Did you take him to a parking lot?
know. Yeah,
So that was
yeah.
you. I'm gonna say that was you then. So he said, yeah, learning how to drive in the parking lot. We were kind of out of the way.
Yeah.
And did you say something to him about like once he learns how to drive, like don't do the donuts or don't start gliding or something like that?
I can't really remember. I know I videotaped it and watched the video a couple times, but I can't really remember.
Okay. So I wrote that down, like don't do donuts, don't glide. Um, so then I asked him, um, so then I asked him, was there something that you all used to kind of disagree about? And basically he said like dudes, like his friends. The argument was
Yeah.
always knowing the good ones versus the bad ones and recognizing the difference.
Hmm.
Okay. So that was something that you all used to talk about all the time. He remembers that. Um, and then people in the house, he was outside solo. So when he was at the friend's house, was he the only one outside when it happened? And everyone else was inside the house?
Hmm.
Okay. So yeah, that's what I have. So I asked him where was he when he passed, and I wrote down the people were in the house. I was outside solo. And he said, um, I wasn't afraid, but he was questioning, like, how do I get out of this situation in that moment? Does that make sense? Okay. And then, so I asked him, what, like, was there, is there anything about the actual transition itself that, um, you wanted to share? And he said, it didn't hurt. I didn't feel it like that. Does that make sense? Um, yeah, he said he didn't feel it like that. Um, but yeah, he was in that moment initially, like, how do I get out of this? But then after it happened, yeah, it wasn't what you would think it was for him, if that makes any sense. And so then I asked him, and we just have a few more. I asked him, how will you know that he's around aside from like leaving the doors open or cracking the doors or whatever it is that he's doing to prank you? And he indicated that you should smell hints of his cologne. Does that happen?
It's happened before, yes,
Okay. So when you smell that, know that he's present in that moment just to be with you. And I try to explain to people that we are their what would be their reality show, if that makes sense. They just really like to come and sit and watch us and see what we're doing, how we're hanging out, and how we're just making moves on a day-to-day basis. And then in those moments, in those private moments, they leave, but they often come back just to kind of sit and watch us and see where we are and see where they can help us. So if you smell his cologne, just know that he's present and just sitting there, probably just checking in on you. So then I asked him, if you're feeling overwhelmed with sadness or you're feeling overwhelmed with grief, like what is the one thing that you can do? And he said to listen to my music, listen to my voice, and watch my videos. Okay. And then I asked him, if you feel anger, if you're upset about anything that happened in his transition. He said that there's no need to be upset. I technically didn't leave you. I'm here. It's just different. And when he said that, I saw him in like a light blue shirt, almost like a dress shirt with like a fresh haircut. Um, and I don't know if he had like, was his hair like braided to the back or like locks to the back or barrel twist to the back?
Right.
Okay. So I saw him in a light blue shirt with a fresh haircut in that when he said that. Um, and then I asked him, was there any like final message he wanted to send or anything he wanted to say to you as we were closing out? And he said, thank you for always being there. Your presence meant a lot to me. Thank you for the genuineness, the friendship. My path was my path. Um, couldn't nobody else do it for me. And I got you on, what does it say? I got you on your side. Like, my path was my path, but I'm going to help you on yours. Does that make sense? Okay. Um, and then at that point, he just said, we're going to close it out. And then he got up and left.